Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Tuesday, June 30th, 2020. We are in the final day of the trading month and the final hour of the trading day. Boy, what a month it's been, huh? I mention this every day, but I do prefer to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions for my swing trades at the end of the day, in the last hour, particularly in the last few minutes. I say this because during the daytime, you have the algorithms and the day traders. They are the ones controlling the price. They're in control of the market. At the end of the day, in that last hour, the large financial institutions start coming in to make their decisions. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best technology, best information, and they start to control the market. They take the price control away from the day traders and algorithms. So I consider it smart money, and I like to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions based upon what the large financial institutions do. Makes sense, right? So anyway, thank you all for coming today. I appreciate it. It's always nice to see everybody. I really do look forward to seeing you. I hope that by spending time here, it's helping you with your trading and helping you with your investing, good trading and investing principles. So thank you all so much. I really look forward to seeing you all. All right. So we have Quad Racer here. Hey, Quad. Good afternoon, Greg and all. Good afternoon, Quad. Miko is here. Hey, Miko. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Gary M is here. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Greg and all. Gary says. Karen is here. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you, ma'am. Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a good day. So, all right, well, interesting day today. Dow Jones is up 6 points, 0.02%. NASDAQ is up 131.4 points, so it's having the good day, up 1.32%, and the S&P is up 26.62, up 0.87%, and I guess we better check the IWM as well, up 0.7%. So NASDAQ, clear winner of the day today. So listen, let's take a look here. Kamal is here. Hey, Kamal. Kamal and I chat during the day on Skype. That's always fun for me and helpful. So thank you, Kamal, for that. And Glenn is here. Hey, Glenn, good to see you. See that you have some really good trades going on. We'll take a look at those when we go through the charts. But here's the plan for today. First of all, we're going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, how I'm going to manage them moving forward. Then I'm going to take a look at some of the day trades I did today. Seems like I was crazy day trader today. I did make quite a few trades, and I will go over those, winners and losers and all. After that, we're going to turn to the board. We're going to take a look at your current positions. We're going to go through, see how everybody's doing. I do see some really good ones out there. After that, we're going to spend a few minutes on trader psychology. Most important part of trading, everybody. It really is. You do have to learn how to trade. It is important to identify support, resistance levels, entries, exits, trailing stops, all that kind of stuff, right? Position sizing. But putting that all together and making a good plan, the plan doesn't trade itself. You have to plan it. So trading psychology, trading philosophy is 80% of the struggle in trading. So I like to talk about that every day. After that, I have identified on my board and also through Kamal with the scanner some potential setups today. Real quick, 3 requirements before I enter a position. First requirement, confluence, combination of indicators. It's very important on at least one time frame, but ideally on multiple time frames. And I look at indicators on that are lining up and converging on multiple time frames. I look at those as lots of different potential groups of buyers, and you'll put yourself in the best position to have a profitable trade if you're in the company with as many other buyers as possible. And that's why I look for just as many possible confluences of buyers that there are. So Kamal has been kind enough to share that with me on the scanner, and there are some potentials. So we're going to go through that. Look for those confluences. Requirement number 2, look for a good risk to reward ratio. You don't know if no matter how good your trade is, whether it's going to be positive or not, but you always have to be able to identify a good risk to reward ratio, meaning that, if you're going to lose $100 to the downside, you have to make at least 200 or more to the upside based upon valid support below you, likely resistance above you. And then number 3, always keep in mind how many positions you have. Always keep in mind that you don't want to have too many correlated positions. You want as much diversification as you can, not only in your holdings, but in your different stock trading approaches. All right, so we're going to go through there. I already have identified those. We're going to go through each one, try to narrow it down. You know how I like to do it. I really like to get down to the very best one of the day, all and all and all. Maybe 2 if they're, you know, in different industries, but we'll go through those, take a look. Then if I find something, I'll go ahead, place the trade at the end of the day. After that, after the market closes, if anybody has any questions for me, please let me know. Happy to answer them for you. If you have any stock symbols that you'd like me to look at, please let me know. I'm happy to give you my humble opinion. If there's any stock symbols that you'd like me to look at before the market closes, please just put them in the chat, but please put a star by it or an asterisk so I know it's time sensitive, and I'll do my very best to get to it. And then after the market closes also, if you have any new changes for me, please, if you could, be so kind, wait till the end of the day to give me your updates on your entries or your exits. That way the pressure's off, time's off, the hour goes by really quick. And so if you could wait till the end to give me your updates, I would really appreciate that. Okay, so that's the plan for today. If you could hold tight, I'm going to run that U.S. legal disclaimer, and I will be back in about 40 seconds. Thanks. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okay. Frank is here. Hey Frank, good to see you, bud. Frank has a poem for us. A stock is not the same in a different time frame, a minute, a day, or even a week. So find an angle and seek directive. Sometimes trading takes a different perspective. Boy, is that true. One more time. A stock is not the same in a different time frame, a minute, a day, or even a week. So find an angle and seek directive. Sometimes trading takes a different perspective. That is so true. You know, you can look at a stock on the daily and it can be in a clear uptrend. You look at it on the 5-minute, it's in a clear downtrend, right? So that's why, you know, it's important, I think, to look for confluences on multiple time frames, looking for something big picture that's in an uptrend, intermediate term that's in a bit of a pullback, and then the shortest time frame, look for your entry. That's what Dr. Alexander calls triple screen. And if you've read the new Trading for a Living, there's a big chapter on that. And as a matter of fact, that's why I got interested in studying with Dr. Elder, because I had formulated something similar with different time frames. But you are 100% right, Frank. It looks different in each time frame. Kamal says, Frank, DDOG showed on the scanner today with the V2 on the daily and a V1 on the weekly. Let's take a look. Yep, there's a V2 on the daily, and on the weekly we have a V1. So that's good. I mean, you know, if you're in that trade, when that happens, I personally, you know, wouldn't institute a new trade here based upon that. But if you're in a trade and you get any V1 or V2 on multiple time frames, that always is a good sign. Thank you, Kamal. Frank says, Kamal, you're competing with my crystal ball, LOL. Okay, well, we have a lot to get through today, so let's get to it. All right, gold. I did buy gold back here on the 6th, the 10th of June. We had a 520 crossover. I bought half here. I decided to wait and buy my other half if we got a pullback, which we did. Bought the other half here. Average price here is 162.78 with the 520 crossover. Move sideways, move sideways. The 5 was still above the 20. Then we had a leg up. I scaled. Then we had a little pullback and a big reversal like here. Here's a V1 intra-trade. So I was in this trade here, but when this happened, I was like, great. And then today, we did hit one profit target here at 167.51. So it looks like Gary's in there with me, but so far so good. We did reject the third ATR channel here. How high did we get RSI wise? We got about 66. I think what I might do today, I'm going to put this orange line here because that was the previous high. I think what I'm going to do today, I may just take a portion off here with the rejection of the third ATR channel. I call them safeties, a little bit of a red flag. Of course, we know 92% of prices fail here at the third ATR channel, and that's right where it failed. I'm not going to take the whole position off, but I am going to take a portion of the position off, maybe a quarter of what I have left. Because statistically, you know, this is about where it fails or goes sideways, and it did reject. If it closed above, I would not do that, but I'll have to watch that at the end of the day. Oh, really? Sorry about that. My pictures disappeared. Geez, sorry. Well, that threw me. All right, let's do this one. Let's do this one here. Okay. So, SPY trade, real quick. I know you all hear this every day. I'm sure it gets old. It gets old for me saying it, trust me. But in case we have some new viewers, I do want them to understand. I do buy the SPY, SPY, ETF tracking of the S&P 500. I buy it every day at the close. I hold overnight. I take the overnight risk. I sell it first thing the next morning. Why would I do such a thing? This is based upon a back study from Liz Ann Saunders at Bespoke Invest on Twitter. Since 1993, they tested two approaches. First approach, buy the SPY at the open, hold through the day, sell at the close every day. If you did this every single day since 1993, for all your work and trouble, you would have returned a negative 13.9%. However, if you did the opposite, which is what I do, buy the SPY at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell first thing the next morning, positive 634.2% return. So buy in the morning, sell in the afternoon, negative 13.9. Buy at the close, sell the next morning, positive 634.2. Past performance, no guarantee of future results. It may never work again, another day in history, but so far it has done really well. And if I'm going to allocate money towards something, it's going to be towards something that has good back-tested results. You can see the buy in the afternoon, sell the next morning. Over time, all it has done is gone up. There's ups and downs, there's swings, there's drawdowns, just like with any approach. But over time, it has done very well. So that is why I choose to buy the SPY every day at the close, sell first thing the next morning. I take a very conservative position size, you know, roughly 10% of my account, and I just buy it and I just sell it. And that's all there is to it. So that being said, SPY. All right. That being said, I did have a losing trade overnight here. I did buy yesterday at the close at 304.44, sold right at the open this morning at 303.90. So about 54 cents I lost overnight, but that's how it goes. I will buy this again at the end of the day. CRUS. All right. Kamal and Karen and myself did take the trade on Cirrus, went under 30, over 30, had a nice V1, closed over the negative third ATR channel, bought it here at 57.73. It's immediately gone up for us, hit some profit targets, not a profit target yet today, but we'll see. Still possible. I have this orange line is 1 ATR from my entry. So now that it has moved 1 ATR from my entry, I will institute a trailing stop, which will be a close below the previous day's low. But so far for Karen and Kamal and myself, this is up 6.38%. So pretty good trade. USO. Okay, this is a trade I took on the weekly chart, not the daily. We went under 30, over 30 on the weekly. We had a V1 on the weekly. We closed back over the negative third ATR channel. I bought it here at 28.25. Currently it's 28.04. So down 21 cents on the trade so far. My stop on this is a close below halfway of this washout bar here. So pretty close to break even. Steady as she goes. Love. All right, this is a trade. Let's see who else took this. Gary, just Gary and myself. We took Love yesterday at 34.92. I liked that we had this big, strong move up. We mowed through all the moving averages. We took out this little high over here. Closed back above 50 RSI. 34.92 went way down earlier today. Got right to about the halfway of this big bar. It did hold and it's rallied back up, but I bought it at 34.92, 34.48 now, so down a little bit on this trade. My stop here is a close below halfway of this washout bar. Okay, so those are the positions, my regular positions. Real quick, let me take you through the gauntlet of day trades today. Let me find my first day trade. All right. This is on the 5-minute on Apple. Had this nice V2 here, under 30, over 30, and a V2, back over the 100-day moving average. I bought it intra-bar right here at the high of this previous bar when it just a little bit over where the V2 would have been. I bought it here at 362.48. And it moved up, moved more than 1 ATR from my entry, and I sold here when we closed below the previous low. So 362.48, got out at 362.84. Then another trade here, we went under 30, over 30, plus a V1. You see this? Went way down, washed out all these sellers, came back up. I sold it, or I bought it here with this trigger, this V1 at 362.03. And I got out 10 minutes later when we lost the 100. So I got in at 362.03. I got out at 362.48. Then you can see we came into the value zone, we went up here, started going down. That's why I got out of that second trade. Then we pulled back for a couple bars. Then I had another V1 here at 362.38. It was roughly the same price with this higher low V2. Moved up nicely. It was about to start the podcast. It was 5 minutes before the podcast. It got to the 1 ATR channel. I said, okay, I'm just going to go ahead and get out. So about 362.38, and I got out here at 363.14. So not too bad. All three positive and winners. And then VIX. First trade was a loss. We had this nice sideways motion. We went under 30, over 30 with the V1. I thought it was a really good entry, 34.75. Moved up for the first 10, 15 minutes, but then it went down. Almost got out here, but it closed above halfway. We attempted to rally twice more. Down here, I had to get out here. So this was a loss. I got in at 34.75, and I got out at 34.63. So 12-cent loss. Then here was the next trade. You can see the sideways motion. You can see this bullish engulfing bar. I bought it intra-bar here when it triggered the V1. I bought it at 34.50 and went down. I almost considered getting out of it here, and I was like, so close to the 30, you can see down here, that I'm going to hold it. And then it rewarded me with up and up. It rejected the 50 RSI. I got out here at 34.68. So I got in at 34.50. I got out at 34.68. Same with Apple. It came into the value zone, had a day down. I took the higher low V2 at the end of the bar here. About 34.68. It was almost exactly the same price. And it moved up, 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 up. And here it really went up. And I saw that it was rejecting the 50. And I was like, please get this bar over with so I can get out. But I waited till the end of the bar and here. But it was still a nice trade. It was still a nice trade, about 34.68 out at 34.60 or 82. So those are the day trades. And all it's done is gone down. Hey, look at this. Look at this big double bottom bullish divergence here. Everybody see it? See the low? We have deep red bars. See how we rallied with some green? Now we've made a lower low. And these bars are not, well, they're getting there. Not quite as deep as over here. But this is starting to look like a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Okay. Let's see, what's the market doing? Oh, up 69 points. NASDAQ's up 142. Okay. Now, I know Kamal, I don't know why this isn't on here. I know Kamal, I don't know the price he bought, but he did buy FAS intraday. So Kamal, if you're out there, maybe you could let me know. I know it was really close to the 50-day moving average. So I think if that holds above the 50, he is going to hold that. Upwork. All right, a bunch of us took Upwork back here. Higher low V1, 1248, moved up nicely. I know I got out here. A few other people were in. It just going up, but it's up 1.12% for Kamal. So Kamal held on to this thing and has had a beautiful trade. Caterpillar is Pinsky and Company. Caterpillar, he bought it here at 124.80 with the V1. Went against him originally. Last couple days up. He's up nicely on it. DDOG, Frank did buy DDOG back here on the 19th at 84.90. Immediately went his way nicely, then came back down, did close under his purchase price yesterday, but today, just like Kamal mentioned, we have a V1 on the weekly and we have a V2 on the daily. So that's some good supporting indicators for Frank. So nice job, Frank. Speaking of Frank, another beautiful trade here on Snap. Bought it back here on the 29th of May at 18.75. And this thing has just gone up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Up today as well. So congratulations, Frank. That has been a monster. CRM, Glenn bought at 185.11 back on the 18th. Moved up nicely his way. Then we had about a week down, but V2 here as well. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has a V1, so that's pretty good confirming indicators for Glenn's trade. So back in the money for Glenn. Beyond Meat. Dang it. I don't know what happened to unless Frank was in this so long ago. Shoot, Frank. Was it yesterday that you bought Beyond Meat? I think so. I think it was here. I think he bought it yesterday at 127.08. It's up 1.54% today, so congratulations. Dexcom, this is a Glenn trade. Bought it here at 375.16 intraday and beautifully just took off like a rocket ship. moved up, moved up, moved up. Then we had a little bit of a down, 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 but up yesterday and up again today. TLT. All right, I remember this. This is Frank, right? Yes, it's Frank. This was a trade a bunch of us took right back here, under 30, over 30, rejection of the 6 ATR channel, 156.10. I wrote it up to here, got out here. Then it moved sideways for a while, went up a little bit, but down today. MDB, another beautiful trade from Kamal. Beautiful V1 false breakout to the downside. Kamal bought this at 201.70 and it's just been a rocket ship ever since. So beautiful trade, Kamal. NTNX is another Kamal trade. False breakout to the downside over here with the V1 yesterday. Immediately went down, recovered. He bought it at 22.68. It's at 23.66. So up 3.77%. Fantastic. Glenn shorted Norwegian Cruise Line here at 1943 and was perfect on it. Even down today. So beautiful trade there. AGQ. All right. I'm going to have to go all the way back. This was silver. A bunch of us took this trade when the 520 crossover happened. It actually happened on SLV, but I'm not going to confuse everybody. It was... I can't remember exactly, but it's when we had the 520 crossover. We all had a good trade on that. I think up to here, I think the majority of us got out. It basically went up, but it's basically been sideways. But today, it has caught another bid. NEM is Glenn. Glenn bought the miners, gold miners, here at 58.10 back on the 26th. This is up 3%. And I think last but not least, oh no, not even close. Ultra. Kamal had a beautiful trade on Ultra yesterday. He bought it right when it closed above, went above the 30 RSI, bought it at 191.49. It's at 203.72, up 2.56% just today, let alone his total trade. Twitter, Kamal also bought at 29.26 yesterday. It's at 29.70, so up a little bit. UAA, Kamal bought at 9.83. It's at 9.80, so pretty much close to break even, 3 cents down there. Brew, Evan bought Brew yesterday at 15.39 with this V2. Good little setup. Down 1 penny on the day. And then lastly, we have Frank. Frank bought the SPY yesterday. I believe it was 302.52, and he is up to 307.73. So really nice trades, everybody. Holy smokes. Fantastic. Unbelievable. Congratulations. Okay. Frank says, had a power outage today. Traders beware of the unexpected. Yeah, if I get a power outage here, we're done for the day. It would shut everything down. Anyway, hope you recovered. Hey, Marco, good to see you, bud. Quad Racer says, thoughts on Alibaba? Yeah, I mean, it's triggering a V2 here today, but that day one bar, see how large? It's much larger than 1 ATR. In this market, anything can happen, but generally, when you have these big, large one-day bars, it's hard to get right back up above it because it was sold into for a reason. I mean, it certainly can happen, but, you know, I think there's better trades than that. That's my opinion. Kamal says, I bought fast at 30.85. Okay, so up a little bit. All right. Frank says, check out the price action on Shill. Fun to watch. SHLL. Oh my. Wow. Tortoise Acquisition Corp. Steve Burns, hey buddy, good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you being here, Steve. It's always nice to have you. It's always an honor and a privilege. Really is. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. And the dogs and Holly. Steve says, I'm very close to being stopped out of my SPY puts with the VIX 10-day 30 cross under. Yeah, so if the 10-30 EMA crosses under, that's Steve's signal to get out of his puts. 127.08 beyond meat. I got that right. $127.08. I got it. Quad says, wishing I bought MU yesterday. Yeah, well, that's the thing, but it was earnings, right? And I'll tell you, one of the best ways to lose a lot of money quickly is to bet on something through earnings. It really, really is. Okay. So listen, before we go down through the watch list, before we look at the end of day candidates for my end of day trade, I do like to spend a few minutes on trader psychology. It's the most important part of trading. Creating a plan, you have to create a plan. You have to understand about resistance, support, entry levels, exits, trailing stop, position sizing. All these things are crucial to formulating a plan. But after you formulate the plan, following your plan is a whole other challenge. It really, really is. And so there's some really good Facebook, really good Twitter channels out there that put out good information for us each day. I like to look through them. When I find something that I think is helpful for me, I like to share it with the group. But this is from our good friend Stephen Goldstein at Alpha Mind 101. And Stephen has such a great podcast, the Alpha Mind 101 podcast. If you subscribe to him on Twitter at Alpha Mind 101, of course, he posts the different podcasts. And actually, on another topic, Stephen did post something the other day. So Mark Schwager just came out. He's the one that wrote the Market Wizard books, the series of books. And so he's come out with a new book of unknown market wizards, right? So just regular people, not the well-known world famous people. And Stephen is a professional trader. He's a retired professional trader, and he's a trading coach. And Stephen, 3 of the people in there, Stephen is their coach. Isn't that something? Isn't that amazing? So congratulations to Stephen Goldstein on that. He must be one heck of a coach to have 3 of his. That's like having 3, being a coach in Little League. Well, Little League sounds bad. It's like being a coach in college and 3 of your players that you personally work with making the NFL or something. But let's see what Stephen has to say. I believe once you're hurt in the market, your decisions are going to be far less objective than they are when you're doing well. If you stick around when the market is severely against you, sooner or later, they're going to carry you out. And boy, is that the truth. Once you get punched in the face in the market, your emotions get all amplified, and you usually just want to get the money back, and you're not objective. You're much more likely to not follow your plan when you get hurt in the market. And of course, we know not following your plan, that is the problem. That is what's going to lead you to be a losing trader. So, if you get punched in the face figuratively from the market, do yourself a favor, maybe take a little break, or tell somebody so they can make sure that you are trading correctly with the proper position size. Or as Randy McKay says here, if you stick around when the market is severely against you, sooner or later they're going to carry you out. And that's why, to me, it's so important to always maintain a calm demeanor in trading, not to get too manic, not to get too depressive. And in my opinion, you hear me say this a lot, but in my opinion, the best way to do that is through proper position sizing. So anyway, thank you, Stephen Goldstein, and congratulations on having 3 of your students be in that book. That's fantastic, and I'm looking forward to reading it. So thanks a lot. And it's Stephen at Alpha Mind 101, and he has the great podcast where he interviews traders. I was on there as a guest, and that was really fun, and that was an honor. So thanks, Stephen Goldstein. Quad says, I didn't know it was earnings. I'll need to start double checking. Clearly, the earnings were good based on the price. That's correct. Quad says, Spice looks much better. Higher low V2 in value, plus yesterday rejected the 200. MACD is positive, and we are just above 50. Oh, let's take a look. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad at all, as a matter of fact. False breakout to the downside. V2. Let's look at the weekly. Well, weekly's just going sideways, which is fine. MACD. Yeah, it does look pretty good. It does look pretty good, everybody. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put that over here. Frank says, punched in the face is lesson 1 in trading. That's true. Mike Tyson said it, right? They said, Mike, do you have a plan for this boxing match? He's like, yeah, I have a plan, but my whole plan goes out the window when I get punched in the face. So that's kind of apropos to trading. Yes, you have a plan, but if you get punched in the face, your whole plan can go out if you don't make sure you have some kind of controls in there so that you don't mess with your plan, right? Whether that's what I was saying, telling somebody or just literally, turning your computer off and walking away if you're in that particular state of mind. Travis, good to see you. Travis says, got in LVGO below 68. Love LGO, use AI. Blah, blah. 38 million people, plus they are now selling insurance companies. Let's look at the LVGO. Yeah, nice uptrend. I don't see any particular possibility of an entry here. If you're in it, it's fine. But as far as a new entry, it's too extended for me to enter positions here. Wiener Dog says, space also nearing another 520 cross. Oh, yes, you're right. That would be good. Okay, listen, I've got a bunch of things to look at here, so let's get to it. All right, we just looked at space. It's not bad. I mean, it's a higher low V2, false breakout to the downside of this little one here, rejection of the negative 1 ATR channel yesterday is above 50. We do have the 50-day moving average kind of hovering above us. That's something to consider. GH, false breakout to the downside. V2, let's see, close 80.65. So the V2 trigger would be 80.65. So false breakout to the downside, rejection of the 100-day moving average. Looks like MACD went positive. Not over 50 RSI. That's a little bit of a concern. Weekly, looks like we have a higher low V1 on the weekly. So these are all pretty good. I'm just a little, MACD went positive. That is good. I'm a little concerned that we're at 47.42 RSI. So all right. CSX. I do like the nice clean break over the 200-day on CSX. I like that we went under 50, over 50. I also like that for sure. Look at the weekly. It looks like we have a V2 on the weekly in the value zone, which is good. It's not too far extended. MACD is positive here as well. Yeah, I do like that. It's a good risk to reward ratio. You have a lot of upside potential. So I do like CSX. AMD, big move up, big gap here. Have a lot of resistance here. We're about the halfway retracement of the downward move, 50%. This looks range bound to me, and I don't think the risk to reward is all that great. FTNT, pretty good. Nice V2 over the 50 RSI, false breakout to the downside. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly has a V1. Yeah, I do like FTNT. PSCT close over the 200, which is good, but it's been above and below and above and below and above a lot. I think I'm going to let that one go. NEE close above the 200-day moving average. A lot of rejections here already. I think I'm going to let that one go as well. Micron, of course, we have the big gap up, but this, this is a bit bearish. I mean, obviously it's up a ton today, but it rejected the 1 ATR channel. It looks like the close is below the open. Couldn't get above this previous high. I don't like that. MPW, above the 50 RSI. We have that 100 above us. I don't like that. Autodesk, false breakout to the downside with the V2. We're to 63 RSI. Let's look at the weekly. See, the weekly's right up here near the 3rd ATR channel. I just don't think it has a lot of upward movement left in that. Pins, V1 yesterday, but up against this huge, strong downward bar. I don't like that. NVIDIA, V1 yesterday, up strong today. Too high for me to take up here above the 1 ATR channel. Remember, I really like to take trades in the value zone or below the value zone. Netflix, V1 yesterday. I'm not surprised that we're stopping halfway of this big down bar. That's where the 50% retracement from Fibonacci comes into effect. And that's right where it got denied, right here. So I'm not interested in Netflix. ZYZX, false breakout to the downside yesterday. It already triggered yesterday. I mean, yesterday was a V1, questionable day one bar, right back here into resistance. I don't think I like this one. REGN, how do I know this one? Oh, Kamal had a nice trade on REGN. I remember this. I don't see anything here. Pod, V1, but right up against that 50-day moving average and getting close to the 50% retracement. I guess it'd be a little bit higher. Let's look at the weekly. Higher low V1 on the weekly, which is good. But I just don't think the risk to reward makes sense on this. Facebook, up 2.4% today, but we had this huge bar 2 days ago. Looks like the V1 worked on this even though it was up against such a big bar, but I don't see a good risk to reward ratio at this point. And PAYC is also not bad. No false breakout to the downside there. Probably on this one, not enough sideways motion. So for me, let's see, FNT, CSX, and GH are probably my favorites there. REGN. Didn't I just look at REGN? Oh, RGEN. Really strong. Gary, if you're out there, here's a fractal. Here we have a high, two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. MACD did go positive. We broke out over that fractal. We also broke over the 50. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but it's a little high for me to buy here. Looks like it has a 520 crossover. I don't know how that back test on the 520 cross. Yeah, I mean, that's a real breakout play there, although no volume. Look at no volume whatsoever. You know, the best breakouts happen on really high volume, and look at this volume down here. So, you know, that's a real momentum trade for sure. Crossover over the 50-day moving average, MACD crossover, took out this high over here, took out this range or this fractal. I mean, it's hard for me to say anything bad about that other than it's a little too high in the channel for me. It's above the 1 ATR channel and the volume is not strong. So let me quickly go over, take a look at current positions. Gold looks like it is rejecting the 1 ATR channel or the third ATR channel. I am going to take a third of my gold off today, based up a quarter of my gold, what I have left, based off of that kind of danger red flag, which, you know, I call it a safety. So I'm going to take a quarter of what I have remaining here unless it closes back above. SPY is just doing really, really well. We'll be buying that again at the end of the day. CRUS. Oh, we're getting so close to another profit target. So close to another profit target. We'll see. Love. Ooh, pretty close to getting out of that. If we close below halfway. Oh, Kamal, I just did at ASDK. Right? We have the V2, right? We're back, but it's at 63.10, which is a little strong for me RSI wise. And we're just so high up here on the weekly in the channels. I don't like to buy when the weekly's this high, because such a huge percentage when prices get up to this third ATR channel, especially on the weekly, that's about it for them. So but I mean, it's good. I just don't like the weekly. Okay. And it looks like Apple took off again. I got out here. I thought I was smart. And then it took off again. Although, you know, if I very likely would have taken this trade right here on the 5-minute. Here we have go down, couple days sideways movement, V1 right here, and it took off. I'll tell you, V1s and V2s are very, very, very good entry signals. All right. So okay, so I am going to get rid of a small, about quarter of my gold position. Now let's take a look at my potentials here. False breakout with the V2 over the 50 RSI. Went under 50, over 50. On the weekly, we have a V1, not too high in the channel. I do like FTNT. Very strong, clean break here with CSX. Very strong. Not a lot of volume though. On the weekly, I like the V2 on the weekly, and we may even get over this 100 week moving average. Boy, that's a tough one. Let me look at the monthly. And then GH. Well, GH is probably my least favorite. Hey, we hit our Cirrus. Or Syria, we hit our profit target there, so that's fantastic. Ugh. I can't do it for some reason. Oh, there we go. Good. Very nice. So Fortinet does look pretty good on both the weekly and the daily. GSX, really strong move, under 50, over 50, over the 200. Looks like it's taking out this range. Yeah, I think those are my two favorite there. FTN with the under 50, over 50, RSI under 50, over 50. And the V2 and the weekly has the V1. Yeah, I think I like those two. Looks like they're running away at the moment, aren't they? All right. CRWD. Yeah, it's good, but there's no sideways motion here. Right? We just came down and then bounced. That's it. We just came down and then bounced. All right, so gold, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to sell a quarter of my position. Okay. Hit the one profit target on Cirrus there. Love looks okay. I mean, it's holding the halfway, it's holding the 50 RSI, so that's good. Ooh, nice trade, Kamal, on fast. That thing's really cranking here at the end. I'll tell you what, I have changed my mind on Fortinet. We're getting right close up here to the 61.8 fib. You know, see, we had the big move down. Now we've had the reverse back up. I just don't think the risk to reward at this point makes sense. So we have 5 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and buy CSX today. So that's going to be my only new position besides the SPY. And I'll just wait till the end of the day here before I buy that. Maybe it'll come down just a skosh, give me a little bit better entry. We'll see. Yeah. Guardian's just so close to that 50. Virgin Galactic so close to that 50-day moving average. The small cap, I mean, that's good. It's strong. It happened with a gap, though. Have the 200-day, and it hasn't really respected this 200. Has a lot of resistance there on NEE. MU, can't buy that gap. Don't really see anything on MWP. That one's just a little too high for me, the auto desk. It's a little too high in the channel and really high on the weekly. All right, 3 minutes. I think I'm going to go ahead and just buy this here. Okay, so that was my CSX being bought. I have a feeling all of you out there are just glued to your screens, watching your prices, making your decisions. It'd be kind of fun to watch you guys. Glenn says, Greg, we'll join you on CSX if we get a pullback to the 20 EMA. Okay. Let's see. So Glenn's waiting for a little pullback. About 70 cents or so. Yeah, I mean, obviously it'd be nice. It would be nice to buy right there, right at the 200, because that will give you a good a better risk to reward ratio. Hope this thing holds above 50. Let's see what happens in the last minute here. Oh, it really came down, didn't it? Right back to support. We have 1 minute left. Let's see what's happening with Apple in the last minute. Look at the volume that's kicked in here in the last 6 minutes. And this last bar will be the biggest yet. There it goes. Look at that. Oh, now down. Ooh, we went from green to red bar strongly. Holy smokes. Look at that. Wow. All right, where's the ding of the bell? I didn't hear it. There we go. All right, wow, what a day. What a day. So the Dow ended up 215, NASDAQ up 184.61, and the S&P up 46.82. I'm going to do my quick plug real quick. I hope that's okay with you. I just want to let everybody know that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype, trading lessons. I love to teach. I've been trading for 24 years. I've studied with some of the best traders and authors out there one-on-one, which I think is the best way to learn. That's why I teach it one-on-one. But I study one-on-one with Steve Burns, Dr. Alexander Elder, Kerry LeBourne, Larry Williams, and I've learned great things from everyone, all four of these gentlemen, but they all trade differently, and that's why I continue to work with other people, because I would learn their approach and then I'd want to go to somebody else and learn those, and then kind of put it all together in my own kind of kung fu of how I trade. And that's what I teach in my course. I teach everything I've learned from my experience, everything I've learned from those four gentlemen, and I think it's a really good course. It is $1,000, but I think it's worth every penny. I really do. It's long form teaching, one-on-one. You can ask questions 100 times. If you don't answer it, I will, or if you don't get it, I will attempt a different way to explain it to you. But I think with all my clients, I've had all of them understand everything. And so it's a great course. It is 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, so it's a total of 15 hours. But what I teach, you can use in any market condition. I don't teach anything in the one-on-one course that I don't teach here, but it's much different because it's 3 hours and it's just you and I. And when you're done, I really think you'll know how to approach the markets, and I'll help you develop a plan. Whether you have a little bit of money or a lot of money, doesn't matter. The principle is to learn good trading, and that's what I will teach you. So if you're interested, please reach out to me. My email's in the description of this video. You can also send me a message on Twitter at Gossett Trading. And if you do contact me, what I want to do is set up a Skype call with you. It's not a sales call. It's just a get to know you call. I just want to ask you some questions about your trading and your challenges and your goals. And then it's a great time for you to ask me about the course that I teach or about me. And again, it's not a sales call. I don't ask if you want to take the course or not. I'll just say, hey, it's nice talking to you. If you're interested, email me back and we'll get it scheduled. And if not, it was just nice putting a face with the name. So anyway, if you've been thinking about it, excuse me, if you've been thinking about it, please reach out to me. I think you'll be glad you did. And then also, if you could be so kind, if you could hit the thumbs up button today, if you enjoy the program, I would really appreciate that. It helps build the channel. So, all right, let's take a look, see where I bought what I bought. So I did buy SPY, the overnight SPY trade at 308.36, and I bought CSX at 69.86. Okay. So SPY, what's this? Oh, this is Frank's. Okay. Well, I guess I'll leave them both up there. All right. 308.36. Boom. That's the overnight SPY trade. And then CSX. $69.86. Katie's over there looking at me. You saying hello to everybody, Kate? Katie says hi. That's my German Shepherd. All she hears about V1s, V2s, blah, 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 blah. She's probably a much better trader than I give her credit for. She listens to this all day long. She knows everything I'm going to say. Okay, so 69.86. All right. And GLD, I did hit one profit target, and I also took a quarter of my position off here today because it rejected the third ATR channel. Hope that makes sense. Why? Because 92% of prices fail there. So this is a little bit of a red flag. So hit the one profit target plus took a quarter off. SPY, bought the overnight SPY trade 308.36. CRUS has been a great trade. It is more than one ATR from my entry. Did hit the one profit target today. Closed under the previous day's low. I will lock in profits on Cirrus. USO, down on USO. I bought it on the weekly at 28.25. It's at 28.08, so pretty close to a break-even trade at this point. Love, ooh, Love did sell off there at the end of the day. I bought it at 34.92. It is holding the 50 RSI. It is holding halfway the washout bar. If it does not tomorrow, I will go ahead and lock in a loss on that. And then Apple had the nice day trades on Apple today. All right. Now, if anybody has any additions or subtractions to the board, I want to make sure I try to get them right. So if you have any changes, any new, something new that you're putting on or taking off, let me know. Kamal says, just kept my FAS and other positions, no other trades. All right, roger that. Quad says, Greg, I'm currently in space. How is it up there in space? Is it cold? All right. SPCE. That's not right. SPCE. Jeez, one more time. Okay. All right. We got quad back up on the board. I haven't had any quad trades for a while. Quad racer. I bought Ultra yesterday but sold today for a profit when it appeared it was going to reject the -1 ATR. Okay. So you're in MA as well, huh? Okay. Put it roughly there at the close. And this is also quad. Frank says the market hates uncertainty, yet dishes out plenty of it. Boy, is that true. That is true. Glenn says, like GDX going into Q3 with gold entering its next strongest phase after the end of July. All right, I've got you here on GDX, right? Don't I? Oh no, I have you on Newmont mining. Whoa, beautiful trade. Evan says, wait, I thought she was deaf. Yeah, you're right. You're right. She really is deaf. I have to whistle for her to really hear me, but I guess that was wishful thinking that she hears what I say. She somehow takes it in because she sits right next to me. But yeah, I'm like, Katie girl, Katie. Yeah, she doesn't look up. You're right, Evan. She is, I would say, about 98% deaf. Quad says, thanks, Greg. Yep, I've been in cash for a few days just waiting for solid entries. It's been awfully volatile lately. Yes, you are right. So congratulations to Glenn and Kamal. Boy, fantastic trades the two of you have had lately. Unbelievably fantastic. Really, really, really impressed. Really impressed. So we have a lot of positions on the board here, don't we? Lots of them. But I don't see any negative ones, and that's the key, right? I always talk about keeping that garden free of weeds and losers or weeds. I don't see, I mean, there's a few that are just maybe a little underwater at the moment, but the majority of these are up really, really well. Just to make sure, right? Just make sure that you do have some kind of plan for a trailing stop so that you don't give everything back. That would be a shame. Hey, I went to the physical therapist yesterday for my shoulder, so that was interesting. They put this electrical stimulation thing on my shoulder. Wow, that was crazy. Then they had me do a bunch of these exercises, and when I was done, holy smokes, my shoulder was burning and it was tired. But anyway, it felt good. Felt like it was doing some good things. And so anyway, hopefully I can avoid surgery. That would not be good. So I'm going to do my little exercises every day, and hopefully it will get better. Kamal says, thank you, Greg. My coach is awesome. Thank you, Kamal. Appreciate that. You are an awesome student. And boy, you are doing really well with your scanner. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm so freaking impressed with Kamal. Glenn says, Ask Slim has a pullback target for the 9th July and beginning of August. So we'll look to take profits by end of the week. Ask Slim has a pullback target for the 9th of July. Okay. Well, yeah, Glenn, we were talking the other day about Larry Williams, back test that by 2 days before the 4th of July tends to have some good seasonal significance. So that would be buying 2 days before would be Thursday and Friday. So who knows? Maybe we rally into the week. Don't know. Gary says, enjoy the day, everyone. No new positions for Gary. Okay. Quad says, thumbs up to the vid. As always, thank you, Quad. Appreciate that, bud. And I would appreciate anybody hitting the thumbs up button. That would be nice of you. Glenn says, Ask Slim looking for below 3,000 in July and 2,800 in August. Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me at all. What are we at here? 3,100. Could have a nice bounce off the 200. It was a higher low bounce, which is better for sure. Above 54. Not a lot of volume today. Look at this volume here. Look at this anemic volume on SPX today to the upside. Markets are closed on Friday. Oh, that's right. Duh. Thanks, Glenn. Thank you. Yeah, day before. So today would be the day. 2 days before the 4th, right? Maybe that's why we rallied. Larry Williams will be tomorrow. Larry Williams buy will be tomorrow. Oh, in the morning 2 days before. Okay. Wish you a speedy recovery. Good day, all. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that, bud. So markets are closed on Friday. Okay. Well, that's good to know. I would show up. Nobody would be here. All right. So we don't look like we have any new additions or subtractions. Well, we had some additions, right? We have quad, and we have quad in SPCE. Yeah, I've been pretty conservative lately. Not so much with the day trading, but I guess there's a few positions here. Overnight SPY trade, the Cirrus trade's been going great. USO trades break even. The Love trade is down. CSX trades a new trade in gold. Gold's been a really good trade too. So been pretty conservative. All right. So any other questions, please let me know. I'm happy to answer them. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye. Bye, Karen. Say hello to the doggies for me, would you? And look forward to resuming our lessons when your schedule allows. And I hope I answered your question there, Travis, on LVGO. I just don't see anything there as far as how I would trade. It's above the 1 ATR channel. It's had a lower high above it. I would much prefer it coming back into the value zone. I consider anything above this green line here above value. I consider anything below this green line below value in the value zone is in between the two here. So this is where I would be looking to want to buy something. I need it to pull back into the value zone, stop going sideways, or stop going down, start going sideways, then look for a V1 or a V2. And you know, the other thing I was noticing earlier today when I was going through the charts, let's see if I can find them. Ah, shoot, now I can't find them. Oh well. I'll do it tomorrow. Hey, Pitsy, how you doing? Thank you, Greg. Have a nice day. Thank you. Nice seeing you. Appreciate you being here as always. So, all right. Well, listen, I'm going to leave you off with two things. First of all, please try to go out and do something nice for somebody today. Just a smile or a wave or hold the door open or just be pleasant. We need a lot more of that in this world today. We need a lot more of that. So if you could do that for me and for you and for everyone, that would be fantastic. If you could hit the thumbs up button before you get out of here, I would really appreciate that as well. So it was raining this morning. Now it's nice and sunny. So good hiking weather. Going to put my hiking boots on, get out of here and go for a little hike. So anyway, final call. If there's anything I can answer for anyone, please let me know. Otherwise, I will get out of here. All right, looks like that's it. Okay, everybody, thanks again for coming. Have a good rest of your day. Be good, be safe, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.